How to explain advanced baseball stats to traditional fans. Imagine trying to see the full picture of a player's performance with just a few snapshots. Traditional stats like batting average, home runs, runs batted in, and earned run average give us a good start, but they don't tell the whole story. Advanced stats are like adding color and depth to that picture. They help us understand how a player truly contributes to their team beyond just the basic numbers. Start by pointing out that traditional stats focus on one aspect. For example, batting average shows how often a player gets hits, but it ignores walks, power, and how often they reach base safely. Advanced stats combine multiple factors to give a clearer view of a player's overall impact. Let's look at some key advanced stats. Wins above replacement, or WAR, estimates how many more wins a player adds compared to a typical replacement player. It includes offense, defense, and base running, giving a single number that reflects overall value. Think of WAR as a summary of a player's total contribution to winning games. Next is on base plus slugging, or OPS. This combines how often a player gets on base with their power hitting. Unlike batting average, which only counts hits, OPS rewards players who both reach base frequently and hit 4 extra bases. It's a quick way to see if a player is both good at getting on base and hitting for power. Then there's weighted runs created plus, or WRC plus. This stat measures a player's total offensive value in runs, adjusting 4 ballpark factors and the era they played in. A WRC plus of 100 is average. Above 100 means the player is better than average. It helps compare players from different times or parks fairly. Using examples from past and present players makes these stats easier to understand. For instance, a player from the 1920s might have fewer home runs but a high WRC plus because they excelled at getting on base and hitting for power in their environment. This shows how advanced stats help us compare players across different eras more accurately than raw numbers alone. Some terms can seem confusing at first. Batting average on balls in play, or BABIP, measures how often balls hit into the field turn into hits, excluding home runs and strikeouts. It helps separate a player's skill from luck. Fielding independent pitching, or FIP, looks at outcomes a pitcher controls directly, strikeouts, walks, and home runs, to evaluate pitching ability without defensive influence. Remember, advanced stats are tools to deepen our understanding, not replace traditional stats. They add context, like park effects and era differences, that traditional stats miss. For example, comparing to hitters with similar batting averages but different OPS, or WRC+, can show who actually contributes more offensively. WAR helps compare players who contribute differently on offense and defense, giving a fuller picture of their value. Encourage fans to start using these stats gradually. Begin with 1 or 2, like OPS or WAR, and add others as they get more comfortable. When used together, these advanced metrics make player comparisons more meaningful and help us appreciate the game on a new level. They're not meant to replace the classic stats but to give us a richer understanding of what players bring to the field.